All right, Mr. Maurice Mickens, the starting point guard for the Jacksonville Giants.
What's up, man?
The second time that you have done a Facebook Live interview with me. This time last year, I believe it was right after a home game over at Veterans Memorial Arena. This year, it's leading up to the first home game of the Jacksonville Giants, Veterans Memorial Arena, this Friday against Mobile Bay Tornadoes.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Feeling ready to go, man. Ready to see my fans. We've been on the road for 2-3 weeks, so just ready to see the fans and see the atmosphere again. I know this team gonna be ready to play though, so we gotta stay focused too.
So they're ranked. Mobile Bay Tornadoes are ranked 8th. Jacksonville Giants, the new ABA rankings came out this week. As you guys ranked 4th.
Yeah.
Still haven't lost a game yet this season though, so not sure exactly who comes up with the rankings for the ABA, but I feel like the Jacksonville Giants should be the top of it.
Yeah.
Especially given the amount of success you had last year. But going into it, do you pay attention to the rankings at all, the teams you're playing, that kind of thing?
Not really. Those things that take care of yourself, like last year and the year before that. Those rankings just for show, We want to be, when the smoke clear, we want to be on top. So we ain't worry about no rankings in December. Don't nobody win championships in December. So the rankings, I don't care about it.
You ever get tired of winning championships?
Not at all.
No?
Not at all.
So you won 2 with the Jacksonville Giants, 2 in college, 4 altogether. Which one of those championships has been the most rewarding for you so far?
Most rewarding? It had to be, I had to pick 2. Well, obviously the first one here with me and the first one in college also, those 2. That college ring, the first ring was like, okay, that's the icebreaker. Now we can win a couple more. And it instilled that winning mentality, you know what I mean? So, and Jacksonville Giants, the first ring that I won, the 3rd championship with them, it was just, like weight off my shoulder. I was talented, but, Jacksonville is seeing a lot of talented guards. But I was the only one without a championship. So getting that one, it was like the world off my shoulders.
Does your son, does he recognize what it means to win a championship yet? I know he's a little bit older now. He's 7 years old, right?
Yeah, he'll be 7 on 1st of January.
So does he think it's cool, my dad's a champion? Does he show like your ring off to the kids in school, things like that?
Yeah, definitely. He asks me about it all the time. Asks me when is the championship, and he ready for me to win again, and that's what it's about. Like, if he want to play basketball, he know like the ultimate goal is to win, period, by any means. So, it's very inspiring,
Are you giving him basketball lessons yet?
Not yet. I kind of let him do his thing right now. He's skateboarding and rock and rolling right now, so not really. He play every now and again, but not nothing serious right now.
Would you let your son play football?
Definitely. I played football.
Yeah.
Like coming up, like we played everything, so I wouldn't keep him from nothing. I know football is a dangerous sport, but hey, basketball is too.
For everybody that says basketball is a non-contact sport, please clear the air, because I have to argue with people on Twitter at Radio Tim NBA all the time.
Yeah. Basketball definitely, like, we probably get more contact. Theirs might be more violent, but we get more contact every play than what they get, because the fouls and like setting screens and all that stuff, like all that come into play. And it's very violent out there sometimes too, depending on who you're playing. Like the DMV Warriors, very physical team. A couple more teams like Mobile physical too. So, it's very, very physical out there. It's very like hands-on sports. It's not no pretty boy sport. If you want to be a pretty boy and play basketball, it don't mix. So yeah, it's definitely almost like the NFL, but they more violent. But we get touched every play, every single play.
You've been playing for what, around 10 years, right?
Yeah.
Who's set the hardest screen that you've ever run?
Gerard Tucker.
Has he really?
Oh my God, he lived for that. He lived for setting screens. Tuck might be the best screen setter ever.
Dude, he's a strong dude.
Yeah, definitely.
Like running one of those screens and get laid out.
Yeah.
But for anybody, if you're watching right now and you haven't actually seen Maurice Mickens play, I would describe you a little bit more as a combo guard than like a pure point guard.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a particular NBA point guard that you think really reflects the kind of game that you have right now?
I take bits and pieces from like everybody, like Curry shoot the ball well, Russell's intensity, you know, Kyrie's like relentless, you know. So I take a little bit from everybody. In this day and time, though, like you can't be a pure point guard and play this game because like people scout and people just leave you open and you won't be able to shoot or dribble. Then what can you do? You know. But if you're a combo like myself, Ed Horton, like people like that, like you get to do more. Like I can slide to the wing and shoot, or I can distribute and get Slim involved, you know. So it's a plus being a combo. I was taught to be a combo, you know, not just put in one box to be a traditional point guard because that gets boring. Eventually you got to come off the floor because you can't shoot or you just want to pass, and that don't work no more.
How much off ball are you playing this year?
Depending on what games. South Florida, I was pretty much the point, controlling everything. But when coach want me to score, like he'll let me know, and we got actions for that. Like nothing has changed, like with our plays or anything like that. You know, we just run the same thing and you know try to get better options out of it this year and be more in tune with our sets. You know, so if coach want me to score, then, you know, he'll let me know. Like, Reese, it's time to go. Or, Reese, get everybody involved. And, you know, he'll let me know. So I just go off his cue. Just do it like that.
Do you have sets that are your favorite? You're like, man, this one right here is just so much fun to run. And do you have other ones that head coach Sherry Williams calls out? And you're like, man, I don't want to do that one. I'm going to do it anyway because I listen to coach. But
yeah. We kind of weeded the ones out that we didn't like. You know, we kind of brainstormed a little bit together and got the ones out that we didn't like. And every set, like, is for a purpose. You know, if we want a shooter like Ed come off or Nuja come off, you know, we'll call that. But all the sets that we got right now is fit for us. You know, it makes us better. You know what I mean? So, like, all of them is, like, perfect.
Giants running a lot of horn sets this year by chance?
Yeah, Legends and 7 and pretty much out of the same set, you know. And I don't mind saying it because, like, I don't care if you scout it, you still got to stop it.
Right.
So, you know, like those plays are our bread and butter, high screen roll, things like that. So, yeah, real fun, man. Real fun.
And that's what's so hard about guarding the Giants is all the bigs on this team maybe save some of the new guys and maybe they can shoot. I'm actually going to ask you about it, so I hope that you can speak to some of their abilities. I haven't seen them play in person yet. Some of the new guys, but all the big guys on the team can shoot. It gives you a lot more options with some of those sets. Yeah,
Tim definitely can shoot the mid-range. Obviously Jermaine, 3-point shooter. Calvin, he's pretty much not new guys. Those are the guys we won with, especially Rashad and Calvin. So, and you can move Tuck down there, so them guys really, really versatile, especially Jermaine. I use Jermaine a lot, especially when teams go zone and like try to take us out of what we want to do. So he definitely helped us a lot. Calvin can shoot too. So
I'd imagine Bruce does also.
Yeah, he think he the best.
Yeah, he does. He
think he the best 3-point shooter on the team.
And that's one of the questions I was going to ask you later, but I'll just ask you now.
Right.
We're going to finish the season at some point. The Giants play, I believe, 24 games this season, 6-0 already on the season, all road wins. At the end of it, when it's all said and done, who is going to have the better 3-point percentage, yourself or Bruce?
Bruce.
Yeah, you think so?
Bruce. Definitely Bruce.
Over the course of the summer, every NBA player that I've talked to, they always say, I worked on this all summer long. You went into the summer. What did you work on?
The mental part. Like, you can always find room for improvement. like mentally. You know, a couple times last year, even though like we came out on top, like we had moments where we broke down. You know what I mean? And that could have killed us, but it didn't. You know, and I just wanted to capitalize on that this year. You know, no mental lapses and like just get it done, like by any means. So I have to say my mental part of my game. Yeah.
So last year you won ABA MVP. You also won Finals MVP in Baltimore. Not just the championship and not just the playoffs leading up to it, but the entire season. What was your highlight of 2016, 2017, and what was your low light of the season?
The low had to be losing to DMV in front of all those people. You know, we ain't lost since. The high had to be going to Baltimore to get the trophy. You know, that felt good. You know, them watching us play, they got knocked off. You know, and them watching us capture the trophy again. You know, that felt good. You know, because they felt good walking out the arena, and we felt good leaving their building. So that was my high and low.
I remember that game that lost last year, and there was some pivotal free throws that were missed down the stretch of the game, and that was something that really aided everybody. How did the team work on that? Because you can practice free throws in an empty gym all day, right, but when you're shooting free throws in front of 8,000 people, it's a lot different mentally, no?
That was one of my points. Like that's why I worked on it mentally, like in the summer, because that game may have made us a better team. Definitely humbled us, for real. And those free throws, like you really can't, you gotta live in the moment, like right then and there. Like you gotta make those free throws like then. Like you can't practice it. Like you can practice like form and like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 or the game on the line, make these free throws, but it's not real till you get in that game when it's 99-99 and you got to make one free throw. That's when it's real. So it's mental. That's why I worked on the mental part, because I was one of the guys that missed free throws,
Well, I wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah, right. It was me. I missed those free throws. But I got it back. And that's why we got 4 instead of 3. We got 4 championships instead of 3.
So the Jacksonville Giants, so far, you guys are 6-0 on the season. Like I said earlier, all road wins.
Yeah.
I've been watching as many of the games as I have been able to, but none of them have really been all that close.
Yeah.
Are you worried that these blowout wins over these teams are going to start to affect the team in a way where you just think, no, we can beat anybody?
I think you need those kind of games, just to get rust off and all that. But like I don't get too high on those games because like you can't gauge it. Like if those guys like not up to par, like you can't gauge 30 points off that, because like in reality, like it's not realistic. Like it's not like we playing DMV or the Tornadoes or the Hawks or somebody like that. They got stiff competition. Like that's when I be able to gauge it, like gauge my team. Like South Florida gave us a run. That was probably like the only one that was close. And they had veterans, and and we got a chance to see where we was at, and that was kind of cool. Like I like those games instead of the blowout games. Don't nobody like those games. No,
watching them or playing them, sometimes you just got to feel bad for the opposing team.
Right.
Like they're playing, they just want to go home.
Right.
Like, man, let's get off this court. I believe, off the top of my head, without looking at it in front of me, but I believe the first time that the Giants are going to play DMV is January 13th at Edwards Water College on that game. So you have a minute before that comes up.
Yeah.
But the Giants did get, as head coach Jerry Williams says, the best player on DMV is now on the Giants. Is that going to make them that much easier? Is that rivalry still alive when you kind of are poaching the best players from some of these teams?
From top to bottom, DMV may have been the closest team to us. I don't think one player defines DMV, like, period. Like, because before, like, DMV was our rival. They beat us, you know. So even with adding him last year, it made it tougher. But they still DMV. They still can play, you know. So, like, that really ain't crossed my mind, like, that part, because, like, with or without, like, anybody, you know, like, DMV good, period. So, like, I don't look at it like that. Maybe they make them hungrier, you know. Maybe they make them play harder January 13th, you know. Like, any little fuel can ignite something. So, like, I don't know. I never thought about it like that, though. That's a good question. Next time I answer it for you.
No, that was a good answer. So I was speaking with somebody on Twitter. We were talking about how Cormier over the weekend led the Giants in scoring. He had 60 points combined in the two games. Are you worried he's going to come in and steal that reigning MVP title from you? You know, is there a little bit of a, you know, hold on, buddy?
No, I mean, like I said, man, like, those things take care of itself. Like, those awards, like, I love them, but at the end of the day, like, the only thing you hear me talk about is, like, winning the championship. So, if there was that guy focused, you know, like, him taking my MVP, like, he can't take mine, like, mine's already won, but this year, like, the only thing I care about is winning the championship. Like, those accolades, like, take care of itself. If he works hard and, like, gets that award, like, yeah, that's my teammate. He won MVP. That's cool.
I mean, if he wins the MVP, it also means the Jacksonville Giants likely win the championship.
Right. And we already got, like, we got 3 MVPs. Jermaine Bell 2 times. You know, Ed 2 times. Me 3 times, you know. So, at the end of the day, like, obviously, like, we don't care. Like, we want to win, period. You know, and, hey, it's early, though, man. It's December, man. Why are we talking about MVP?
I mean, I'm just, you know, I've wondered how early that starts to creep up on people's minds. And, you know, especially with the Giants, the way that you guys are playing. I mean, just winning all these games. Without giving away too many secrets, I want to talk about how maybe the offense did or didn't change up too much this season. You know, if you were to look at, like, an NBA team like the Pistons, for example, they increased their dribble handoffs from 22 a game to 42 a game, right? So with the Giants, though, what's been the biggest change for you guys so far?
The biggest change is, I have to say, us being loaded this early. Like, last year we wasn't like a full team in December. Like, we had pieces, but we wasn't a team. What changed, like, in the plays or, like, our sets? Same system. We just plug different people in, you know. It ain't broke, don't fix it, you know. So it's the same system, period. Like, I think we have better guys. Well, Jermaine and Calvin was our only 2 bigs, and Elijah. Shout out to Elijah.
Yeah, he's playing with the. Did you see him with the Harlem Globetrotters?
I seen him yesterday, man. I was happy to see him. But yeah, like, Slim and Calvin are only 2 returning bigs, and we get Faust and Tim. Like, that's just a plus. You know, that's great. You know, and I like both of those guys. So, and Faust got a championship with me. So. Yeah. So nothing has changed, really. Like, we still the same Giants. We're still the same.
So you started out the season on the road, like we said a bunch of times, and keep repeating it, though, 6-0 so far in the season. How does that feel when you're looking at the schedule and you're like, you know what, we have 6 games on the road? Are you just itching to play in front of the home crowd, or is it more of a, you know, I really appreciate the fact that I have time to gel with this team? Because, you know, there's a few moving pieces involved.
Yeah, like, on the road, man, it's always fun, you know, getting to know people, getting to know the new guys, you know. I'm just happy to be home, man, because like that road, man, it'll get to you sometimes, especially being on the road 3 weeks in a row, you know. Like 3 weekends in a row, like that's tough for any team. But we won, you know. And it's going to be good to reward the fans for the support, you know what I mean? Live feed was like on fire last year during the playoffs, you know. And I go back and watch those games, and they tuned in and they supported us. So they get to see us get our rings, and we get to hang that banner again in front of them. So, you know, it's always good to come back home, you know.
So with the rings, when you're wearing them, do you just walk around all day wearing them?
Nah, my mom
brushing your shoulders off and
my
stuff?
mama got my ring, man.
Yeah.
I ain't got none of my rings.
Really? None of
Yeah.
them?
None of them.
All right, so on the 8th, or, you know, not on the 8th, excuse me, coming up tomorrow over at Veterans Memorial Arena, first home game of the season. How are you mentally preparing for that? I can tell you that the Jacksonville Giants front office, everyone's running around back there. You know,
Yeah.
It's crazy, it's wild, everyone's stressed out. But you're the person playing in the game. How are you getting prepped?
I've been ready for this since we won in April, man. Getting back, getting these rings, and, you know, performing again, you know, in front of my people. Like, that's cool. You know, like, I don't need much preparation, like, no motivation for this. Like, if I ain't motivated for this, I ain't gonna be ready for nothing, you know. So, like, basketball-wise, though, like, definitely, like, they got a lot of good players. Like, Thrash and a couple more of those guys, those twins, very athletic. We talked about them earlier today in practice. You know, we got the scheme together, and we're going to try to execute it, you know. That's it, man. It's cut and dry. If you overthink it, then it ain't going to be good for you.
Is it hard to sleep the night before? No?
Go to bed, man. Wake up. Get your pregame.
I mean, it's easier said than done for a lot of people. I know, but for myself, if I have a big interview the next day, I have a hard time sleeping. You know,
Yeah.
If I know I have something big, I have a hard time sleeping, but not so much you're able to relax and wake up and, you know, eat your breakfast and do just fine with that.
The nervous part is practice.
Yeah.
Like, man, it's the game.
Mm-hmm.
You get to perform, go execute. You know, no nervous. I'd probably be nervous to get a ring than the game.
Have you seen the rings yet?
I haven't.
No. They're beautiful, by the way. So
You seen them?
yeah.
You got a picture?
No. The ring ceremony is right before the game, as well as a championship banner we're going to be hanging. You gotta be there to witness a championship in Jacksonville. It doesn't happen often, you know, unless you're the Giants. We'll see about the Jags this year, but who really
They gonna
knows
win, man. Go Jags.
You
man.
think so?
Yeah. They gonna win.
I just hope we get a playoff game.
Yeah.
A couple more questions for you, then we'll get you out of here, Reese. Do you have your eye on beating any one team this season? It sounds like it's DMV, and then to add on top of that, is there a certain player matchup you're really looking forward to?
Richmond Elite. We ain't played them in like 2 years. Do your scouting report on them for me, Tim. But they number one in the nation, man. They beat DMV. Definitely got my eye on them, and a couple of those Texas teams, like the Bats. Like, it's gonna be scary going down there playing them. Like, cause in Laredo, it was tough. You know, it was tough. We had to play one of the Texas teams there, and we kind of underestimated them a little bit. And they can go, they can play. So maybe those teams, and of course, you know, DMV, and they get on our nerves. But that's it. South Florida Pekin, real good team.
Orlando Waves, playing them on a road game coming up. I don't know the date off the top of my head. It's on a Saturday. I remember that much because I'm going to try and make it down there. It's always nice to go to Orlando, but they got a real good team down there too.
Yeah, one of the teams that slapped us in the mouth last year.
Yeah.
Woke us up. I thank DMV and Orlando. You know, because we wouldn't be sitting here talking about no championship. We was real cocky, man. They knocked us off our high horse. And that's cool. I appreciate it. You know, Orlando always gonna like be a worry in my mind. Like all those teams. Like I sit there, I still watch film. Me and Ed still watch the film on DMV from last year.
Oh no. That was a good game. It was a really good game.
Yeah, we still watch the film to this day.
So a story that I told on the last interview we did a year ago was the first time I met you, Reese, sitting in the back of this trailer thing for this parade that was downtown, the Veterans Parade, and you were talking about how you lost one game the season before, one game, and that was all you were talking about in it when you were talking with your teammates, that one, and how you weren't going to lose again to that team. It seems like the losses really stick out in your mind.
Yeah, I don't remember the big shots and all that. I remember missing up free throws or missing that assignment on defense, because those games, man, like, you lose. Like, I don't like to lose, you know what I mean? That's one of my biggest, like, fears. I hate losing, like, period, with anything. So, like, that's why I take it like that. And I was trained to be like that. Like, Coach Sherman, he trained me to be like that. Like, forget all the good stuff. Remember the stuff that could hinder you from winning. You know what I mean? And those plays count. You blowing assignments. You getting backdoored.
I was going to ask you, so a backdoor cut that you miss because your back was turned.
Yeah.
Is that the most irritating personal missed assignment that a player can have?
Focused. You're not focused. Like,
Ball
you're not
watching
locked in. Yeah. Like, you're not doing the scheme right, or something going on that you're not performing right, and like, that hurts, like, big time. So I don't know. Coach probably killed me, but like, that's the only thing I think about is when we lost. Forget those wins. Like, yeah, obviously we champs, but those losses, like, killing me right now.
All right, give me a prediction for your stat line tomorrow over at Veterans Memorial Arena against Mobile Bay Tornadoes. How many points, how many assists, how many rebounds? What are we looking at?
Tim, I ain't gonna say that, man. We're trying to win. That's it.
All right, well, I got a prediction. All right, I'm going to go for 24 points.
Okay.
On 11 of 15 shooting, 8 assists, and 4 boards.
No steals?
No, I don't think so.
You take out the steals, right?
Yeah. No, it's not always your game.
Yeah.
All right, I'm writing it down this way. When you end up doing the post-game interview, you'll be like, look, man, told you 24, 8, and 4.
Them good numbers, man.
Yeah, I know.
Real good numbers.
It's a home opener.
Yeah.
It's 8 assists. Those are the important ones. A message for the fans or anything before the game?
Just come out and watch us play, man. We appreciate y'all. Always thankful to see you guys, especially the kids, Just be ready for a show. We're going to try to put on a show for you guys. Like I said, man, I really appreciate you guys. Go Giants.
All right, well, Maurice Mickens, the starting point guard of the Jacksonville Giants since 2013, 2014, #1 out there on the court. Thank you guys. We will see you tomorrow.